Hello, everyone. It is a happy St. Patty's Day where I am, but wherever you're joining me from, I just want to welcome you. Today is session 7 of the Let's Get Certified group of sessions that I've been doing, or series of workshops that I've been doing, and we're going to wrap everything up today and kind of go over the loose ends and hopefully get you completely ready for your level 1 certification test. So if this is your first time joining us, this is probably the worst place to join us because, again, we're wrapping things up. But everything that we've done so far has been kept on the Let's Get Certified Google Classroom. You can see all of the work that we've done along the way. And you can also head over to the Cavern Crusade, where we have the rest of the certification videos that we've done. So if you would like to join the Let's Get Certified classroom, you can put in the code right there. If you are still kind of confused whenever you get there, shoot me an email, stephen.morgan@carlsbadschools.net, and I would be happy to get you going in the right direction so that you can prepare yourself for the level 1 test. So again, because we have been doing this for so many weeks, I'm just going to kind of skip ahead over to this. Again, we are at the end. If you still do not feel really prepared, or if there's something that's you're still unsure about of anything that we've gone over, go ahead and head over to Google's official training center, and you can take practice tests there. There's some questions that you can answer that kind of help prepare you. There's some short videos and it just broken down a little bit different than the way that I've done it in this session. The session itself, or the test itself, whenever you are finally ready to take it, will consist of 2 parts. One part is going to be like a multiple choice, drag and drop, matching type section, where you are given questions over what are the programs inside of Google like, what do you do with them, stuff like that. And I'll kind of talk a little bit about that more than I have in the previous sections. And then the second part of the test is the actual scenarios, and you're going to be dropped into a Google environment and told to complete some tasks along the way. Most of what I have discussed with you over these past few weeks has been the scenarios. That's kind of how I've modeled the test itself, or the items that we've been doing to match what the scenario is. And if you can do all those things in the scenario, you're not just prepared for the level 1 test, you are over prepared for the level 1 test. And so again, those things are going to be there to help you. The level 1 test is $10, level 2 test is $25, but you don't have to pay anything because we have vouchers in the district that are available for use, and you can email Allison Herval to get one of those. You can also email me if you want to go through me first, and I can connect you with Allison to make sure that you get everything that you need in order to take that test. So we're going to talk about the test today, and the test is found. Honestly, the best way to find it is to just do a Google search. So I'm going to do Google Level 1 test, and it's going to be the very top item on your browser whenever it comes up. And so here you can actually look up at the top and you can see some training courses, and you can look at some certifications for level 1, and you can kind of go into it right there. And again, whenever you are ready, though, you're going to end up having to register for the exam. Now, again, I hope that you take us up on this opportunity to use a voucher. And so I'm going to go ahead and click I have a voucher here. And you're going to go through this in order to do it. So you're going to be given a code, similar to this. And we use the Criterion voucher. And so you're going to have this available for whenever you are ready. And so you'll choose the Criterion platform. And it's done through a web client called Web Assessor. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. I have an account with them. You're going to have to create an account probably, and it's not directly hooked up to your Google account, so you're just going to have to do that. You're going to have to connect them. I can't show that off because I've already connected my account, obviously, but you're going to create the test, and you're going to create your account. And then once you do, you're going to see your name appear at the top right, and you'll know that you have everything ready to go for the exam. And so when you're ready to register, there is a button right here, register for exam. Of course, it's not going to let me go through it all because I have already taken the level 1 and level 2 test. And so, but this is where you'll see a button right over here that says, mine says you're already certified. Yours will say, something along the lines of register or something, something like that. And when you click on this, it'll take you through it, and you will put in your voucher number or your code, sign up for it. And from when you sign up, it's not immediately available, but for me it was available, I think, within a couple hours. You have, I believe, 7 days to take the level 1 test from whenever you take it. Or from whenever you sign up, and the level 2 test you have 8 days. I don't know why they give you an extra day for that, but they did for me anyways. So the retake policy, you can retake it 6 times. The voucher only works once though, so you do have to pay every time, but you can register a second time 14 days after you take the first test. And I would not stress at all if you don't pass the test the first time. The test is it's particular in some instances, and it can be a little confusing in some instances. I've seen quite a few people, not quite a few, but I've seen a handful of people that have not passed either the level 1 test or the level 2 test the first time they took it. And then the second time they took it, it was no problem at all, because they were able to make it through with, now that they knew what the lay of the land was, right? But you can take it up to 6 times. You have to wait a little bit extra each time if you don't pass it. But again, I think if you have followed along with the class, then you're not going to have any issues whatsoever of actually passing the test. So once you get it situated, what they will do is they will send you an email, and it will have your username and your password for your account, and it'll give you the directions inside of the email. I'm not going to pull it up again, because there might be some personal information that I might not be able to share with you on there, but they're going to give you an email, and it's going to walk you through how to do all these things. And we do need to talk about a little bit of what they're going to ask you to do, and the first being is that they're going to ask you to open up, they're going to tell you to sign out of everything. I have found you don't necessarily need to sign out of everything, because you're going to be using an incognito window. They want you to use a Google Chrome incognito window. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you use Google Chrome. But to open up an incognito window, you're going to, I have my Chrome window right here that's open. And what I'm going to do is right click on it, and I'm given all these options. And I am going to click the new incognito window. Now, we have turned off incognito windows for students in the district. Okay, so I'll start off with that. We've turned off incognito windows for students, but for teachers, it should be on. And if you are not given the opportunity to open an incognito window, there might actually be an issue with your account that we need to clear up. Because you should have that ability. So I'm in here. I'm now in an incognito window, and what this does is it signs me out. It signs you out of everything. So if I were to go to Gmail, here I'm not signed in. I would have to completely sign in. So this also keeps, it doesn't track the items that you search for and all those things. It's really meant to be something I use it all the time whenever we need to take a look at student accounts or something like that, and we want it to be separate from our own. And so anytime that issues pop up on there, we just open up an incognito window and we go from there. So you'll open up this incognito window, and they will give you the website that you need to go to. But what they're going to tell you before you start the exam, that you need to pin your window. And so pinning your window is just as easy as this up here at the top where the tab is. So if I have multiple tabs, I can go back between the two of them. But pinning a window, I'm going to right click on this tab, and I'm going to come over here where it says pin. And now you can see that it makes it very, very small. And actually the X button on this window is now gone. So the only way to close this is if I close everything all together. And of course, the test tells you don't close anything because, or don't close this because you're taking the test on this. And I think they give you like 5 minutes if you accidentally close it along the way. But this is how you're going to be taking the test. You're going to open up a brand new incognito window. You're going to pin the tab, and just as an example, if I were to go to classroom.google.com, I can still move around on this tab even though it's pinned. I'm not stuck in one spot. But I can. But I'm not going to close it on accident, and I'm not stuck on this one pin or this one. This one tab. I can open up a different tab, and throughout the test, you're going to have to open up tabs. You're going to have to close tabs. You're going to have to, work like a normal day, and so that's going to kind of get you started. So that's the big thing that you need to worry about. That before you ever take the test, you got to know how the test is going to run, like actual physically is going to run like that, and so that is how you need to kind of set up your browser. So again, what I would recommend you to do is to go through the videos that we've done before, or take a look at the Eric Kurtz checklists or things like those. There's a couple pieces of information that I did just want to pass along, and the bulk of the questions in the first half of the test are the multiple choice and the matching and whatnot. And the best piece of advice that I could give you is just try to understand and know what the programs themselves, what the benefits of those programs are. If you are working in a Google Doc, why would you pick a Google Doc? What would be the purpose of that? Because that's going to be a lot of the questions. They're going to say, what are the 3 best things that you can do, that a teacher can use with a Google Doc? And there's going to be like 7 options, and you got to pick the top 3. And some of them are good answers, but they might not be the best answers. So the test is kind of written like that so that to maybe get some priorities or to get some better understanding of how the programs. But each program, like docs and sheets and slides and forms and Google Drawings that we didn't really spend too much time on, although it's very obvious what a Google Drawing is. What are they used for? What can you do with them? It'll say, for example, Google Drive. Like, why would a teacher who wants to go paperless use Google Drive? And you're going to just kind of use your common sense on there. That the whole point. If I want to go, if I want to go to a paperless classroom, then grading papers, I can do it through Google Classroom, and I can keep all the papers inside of Google Drive, and of course the kids, they can work collaboratively on the computer so that we don't have to have multiple papers flying around and so forth. So you're just going to kind of have to think of it in that way. It's also going to ask you some questions just more about like digital citizenship, like what does it mean to be to anti-bullying? What are some benefits of doing some things through Google that might help with that? And again, there's not any one way for anyone to cover those types of questions before you take the exam, other than to just know what digital citizenship is and how a digital citizenship curriculum might be of assistance to a classroom. It's going to ask you about Google Meet and what are the benefits of using Google Meet. And again, they're very obvious because you can have a communication with video and audio with your kids. And there's going to be a couple other things that they ask you, and you're just going to kind of have to pick and choose the best thing along the way. I'm going through some of the notes that I know that, that might be asked, and most of them, again, they all boil down to is just kind of use your understanding of what the program itself is meant to do, and you'll be fine. And go with a common sense approach of, or take a look at and use those, test taking strategies that you probably teach your kids, every single year right before the test, or that you keep after them about, and I think you're going to do fine. So, understanding again, what are the programs trying to what are their strong suits? What do they excel at? and then you're going to do a good job with that. So I don't want to spend too much time on that again because there's not any one way that I can prepare you. I can't just give you the answers of every single one of the questions, and that would kind of defeat the purpose of a test, right? So, but I think I've pointed you in the right direction. But having said that, I do want to offer that this doesn't have to be the end of the course for you. If you do not feel 100% prepared, please feel free to obviously visit some of the websites that I've provided for you along our journey here. But reach out to me as well. I don't mind doing a study session here and kind of going over more specifics over what these programs can and can't do. And if you think that would be beneficial for your time, I would be more than happy to join you and give you some help. So I have nothing else to add. And again, I want to wish you good luck on the test and offer my help prior to the test. That if you think you need a little bit of extra time, I can help you with that. So again, my email for those of you watching that might not have it right away is stephen.morgan@carlsbadschools.net. Shoot me an email if you have any questions. Again, I'd be more than happy to help you. But other than that, I'm going to get out of your hair and let you get started. Happy St. Paddy's Day, or spring break, or summer, whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you have a good one.